And then field laboratories, this is where you'll be spending most of your time. On these QC/QA projects, there's two labs. There's a contractor lab and there's an engineer lab. So the contractor, this comes right out of the specifications, basically, that they have to have a lab that they can do with the equipment necessary to do the QC testing, and includes a gyratory compactor. It also they have to do all their functions in that lab and not the engineer's lab that we have. And so the inspector, we have to share the gyratory compactor with them so that we can do our tests too, our verification tests. Then the contractor has to place the laboratory that we work in, the QA laboratory, at a site near the contractor's laboratory, and where it does not interfere with the lab or the plant operations, like the vibration and stuff. So the engineer will have full control of that laboratory, and as an inspector, you must, when you get on site there, you want to make sure it's in the proper place and mounted on a firm foundation and level, and make sure that it's safe, the railings and the steps going up, that it meets all the standards. Like there's a standard for what a 706 there, what the laboratory, the measurements and the dimensions, what they are. And so it's a good thing to look at that. And this is a good thing to talk about at the pre-job. How's the lab? What is, maybe even have them have a picture of the lab. It should meet all this before it even goes on site. And then we want to make sure we go through, once we're in that lab, we want to make sure we go through with the contractor or the QC inspector, somebody, to make sure that the condition of it before and after. It's a good thing to do. So moving on from there. So in our laboratory, or the QA laboratory, the contractor will have to furnish some equipment according to the specifications, some of the bigger equipment, like the shakers and the ovens and water baths and things like that, race equipment. Some of the things that we have to provide are like sieves, or like the district materials lab will have the sieves and scales and flasks calibrated and everything, and the FAA equipment, the sound equivalent, the things of that nature, all the other miscellaneous stuff, thermometers.